Hi. So thought I'd do another fishy blog type entry. Not done an update on what's going on in the fish tanks for a while, so I thought while I'm doing some beefheart, making up a load of discus food. But I got a little surprise through the letterbox. Very fancy 4K action camera. It's basically a GoPro copy, and got sent to me by the seller on Amazon to do a review on it. And so I thought, well, I'll make a wee video of me doing my beefheart and check out the fish afterwards. I'm using the camera now, hello, so I don't know yet whether it's going to be any good, but so far so good. The best thing I think is it comes with a whole load of gubbins, basically, various connections to hook it onto things, but the best or the most interesting one I thought was the waterproof housing. So I can stick it in here. We can have a look inside the fish tanks maybe. We'll try it out, give it a bash. I'll do a proper review on this at some point, but I thought I might as well try it while we're making some beefheart. So I've got some mincing to do. Get on with it and see how we get on. If you want to see, I've done a video, I'll stick a link up here somewhere of how I make my beefheart. So if you want to have a look at it, it'll be over here somewhere. And I'll get on with it and we'll have a look at the fish in a bit. Okay, here we go. We've got about in here there is a mixture of beef hearts and pork heart that I've trimmed and got rid of all the fat. So this is all from local supermarket Morrison's. Do some nice packs of beef heart and pig hearts, but it's all diced. Well, it's meant to be diced. Some big loads which just covered in fat and veins and gristles. So yeah, it must have taken me about an hour or so yesterday to cut all this, get all the nice clean bits of meat. As well as that, I've got prawns, some mussels, some white fish, and it's kind of 50% meat, 50% fish. And then this green stuff is my herbs and minerals and all that. I made up a big batch of that and froze it. And some vegetable matter in there, some kale, like I say, herbs and minerals and vitamins and things like that. So I'll plough all that through here. So there's about 2.5 kilos in here, which is fine. It's one of my least favourite jobs, this, making this up, but I think everybody goes through it. You make your own food, and is it worth it, is it not worth it? I mean, to me it is, but I shall probably start. I mean, there's loads of really good food available in the UK at the moment. You can buy from various breeders and specialists, like the Dietone discus food, make beefheart that everyone raves about, which I'll probably start moving to soon, just purely because it's such a ball ache to make this all the time. And like I say, there's 2.5 kilos here. There's probably about £10 worth of ingredients, if that. But the stuff that you buy is like £20 a kilo, easy. So there is a not inconsiderable cost saving here, but it's just, is it worth it? There's the argument about, well, you know what's going into it, and if you're buying something that's a proven recipe, it's not that much of a risk there really. So I shall keep persevering with this because I like it, and I know I started making this because the beefheart that I used to buy, you can buy off eBay or Amazon or something like that. It's just, it comes in little cubes. But if you set it on a paper towel for 5 minutes even, you're left with like a pool of water and very little actual food in there. So it has to be a really good quality one if you're going to buy it online. So you know what you're talking about. So that's why I started making this, because I couldn't find a really good quality one. And it is good making your own, because you know what you're trimming meat and things like that. Yesterday sorting all this out, and spend another hour today mincing it and putting it in packages and things like that. But I mean, this should last me a good few months, a couple of months probably. So let's get on with it and see how far we get. So there you go, 2.5 kilos worth of beef slash pork heart mix done. If I was to buy that off a decent supplier of decent beef heart, that's probably about, I don't know, 50 quid's worth, something like that. That's cost me about a tenner. Obviously I'm not including the cost of buying the mincer, buying the vitamins and all that, because they're a one-off cost, so there's probably a bit more on there. So it depends how much of a skinflint you are. If you're a complete skinflint like me, then you'll probably keep making your own food forever and base that on saying you're doing it to make sure you get the best food, that you're really just cheap, like me. But I don't know how much longer I can do this, because I hate it and it stinks and it's a pain in the arse. So now I've got to get tidied up before my good lady wife reappears and sees what a mess I've made, because it really does make a mess and it stinks. So I'll get that done, get this lot in the freezer, and we'll go and have a look at some of the fish. Give them a bit, eat some of it. Right, dish is washed. Let's go and sort out some fish. I'll take this as well, just so we can try it out. Right, let's have a look at what we can see. So in here there are five wild caught Pistogramma agassiz, 2 males and 3 females, I think. I've only had them a few weeks. There was also a Tomasi cichlid, that guy over there, I think. I've got the cardinals in here as well, just as a bit of a dither fish to see if I can get them to come out a bit more, which they have started to do. But they usually dart straight away as soon as I turn up. Thought I'd have a go at doing some plants again. Get a bit more of a natural look. Oh, there's one guy down there. Not going to come out and say hello though. Moving on, guppy tank and some cherry shrimp and a big wad of Java moss. There's 3 or 4 fry in there as well somewhere, not sure whereabouts. And then a couple of peppermint plecos in there for some of those peppermint plecos. Nothing much going on in there at the moment. Just trying to seed that homemade filter. And up here we've got the creventus and their fry. I'm loving these guys. I mean, I've never had cribs before. This is a first for me. I know everybody says, oh, dead easy, you don't need to do anything to make them spawn. And I guess that is true, I didn't need to do much. But it's fascinating to watch them. We've kind of stopped it now, but when the fry were a little bit smaller, whenever I came in the room, no matter where they were swimming, one of the parents would just shake their head really fast, and they would all drop as if they would drop dead. First time I saw it, I thought they'd been electrocuted. It's pretty crazy looking, but they're doing well. I don't know all that much about Crevensis fries, and I'm sure I should be starting to think about separating the fry or something along those lines, so if you know more than I do, please let me know. I'll start reading up on it soon. But at the moment they seem to be doing pretty well. Quite inquisitive as well, they do quite often come up and say hello and stuff. I'm sure he's actually trying to tell me to bugger off, but and here we've got a breeding pair, quite a new pair actually. They've only spawned 3 or 4 times. God, that thing's dirty, he's a queen. And spawned the day before yesterday actually, but at the moment they're still in the eating of the eggs phase that some new pairs go through. Had these both since they were really small, probably 2.5–3 inches. Now they're a good 5.5 inches, 6 inches, 6.5 even, that one. Nice pair of fish these. Originally from Northampton. So if I catch them quick enough and I can get a guard in to cover the egg to stop them eating it, we'll see how we get on. And then over here, the gang in the kind of forget about me tank. These are all basically runts and had things wrong with them or weren't perfect shapes, so I mean there's nothing wrong with them, they're all perfectly healthy. The leftovers from my various breeding attempts. Something to eat. I just made all that beefheart, but I'll feed them some pellets. Quite liking these. Never tried them before. Really small pellets, but they seem to go for it. Nice and soft as well. It's always a good sign. I like to see that. Going for it as soon as it goes in. And then in here, a couple of bristlenose. Well, I think that's. Oh, these are the peppermint pickles, I think. And then this guy in the back is still being a bit of an arse. Really need to get rid of him, I think. Someone else that can take him on. Lovely fish though. I had someone comment in one of the videos about these filters in the back here. I'll do a video one day of them, but there's nothing that special about them. As you can see, they're just the DIY K1 coldness filters that you see, but instead of putting an air stone at the bottom, I've put a couple of sponge filters. Mainly because it was less fast to do it like that, but they work quite well. They work really well actually. Just a bit unsightly for a display tank, but down here they're fine. So let's try and get this camera in the water, see if that works. be the last time you ever hear from this camera. That sort of worked. It seemed to be letting out a few air bubbles though, so I thought I'd get it out and see